Hello, Sagittarius, my friends. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. It's Lily. My little dog, Lily. I don't know if you watch any of my other videos, but I think it was yesterday I was talking about, she has figured out that when I finish doing, I don't know if she realized, I don't think she's counting how many videos it takes until the LUNCH happens. And so she, just as soon as I start doing videos, she becomes anxious. Because when are we going to eat? When are we going to eat? And she's sitting in her bed, and I started to, and she looked up at me, and she realizes I've just started. So it's becoming a bone of contention between me and my dog. I'm gonna have to keep her out of the room. I couldn't do that. I love her so much. I don't know. So Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. We're gonna do Wild Unknown Oracle, Wild Unknown Tarot, and then I have my teeny tiny Rider-Waite Tarot deck to clarify if I need to. You're gonna check up on your energy. What's going on with you? What is going on? Ooh, look at this. Interesting. It's almost like coming out of the desert and flying into the night. I don't know why I said the night, because it's sort of like coming, well, maybe it is flying into the night. You know, I don't know if it's you or if it's me. I cleared the energy. I felt rather sassy. I was just feeling sassy. And I thought, I'm going to clear the energy. But it's almost like I've done it, but it's almost like it's coming in again. So I don't know if you're feeling kind of sassy. Let's see. It's going to be general. So, you know, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there will be an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. Sagittarius, let's get an idea about your energy. Sagittarius's energy at this time. Sagittarius's energy at this time. You want it? We got it. Oh, it's sweet. That doesn't feel too sassy. It's kind of just, this is a very sweet and innocent energy, but there's something big behind it, which is kind of funny. Maybe that's something that you're going to walk into. You know, because I felt sassy when I sat down. I thought, no, I want to make sure that this is not me, my energy. So I singing bold and did my stuff. But it kind of came in again, almost like it's sitting behind you. Like all of this magnetic energy sitting behind you. But really sweet and gentle and innocent, very grounded, almost about to birth into some sort of very strong leadership capacity for yourself. This always feels like a little baby emperor to me, this little lamb. It's just a sweet little tiny emperor in waiting. Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny because there's an empress in waiting. That would be the Nine of Pentacles. I wonder what the emperor in waiting would be. I don't know. Well, it's fire. That's fire, but this is earth, and the empress is earth. So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Oh, yeah, you got something all tied up inside yourself. Oh, my goodness. You know, there's something building up behind you. It's a desire to do something. It's a big shift in your energy. Whatever it is coming in, and it needs to come in. Look at the similarities in the colors there. The first underline we have here is the earthworm, and look at how all this creative expression is just like held up and tied up and contained, and it's earthly too. But then look at this, Scorpio and the crow, scorpion and the crow. It's almost as if something contains you for so long that eventually you strike out. And striking out, it's like the universe has planned this for you, because it almost takes all of this. You're like, none of it is really contained. It's just expansive and growth. But this is contained, but it's contained in a way that causes you to kind of curl up in yourself and not be able to express and move the way you want to. And then this Scorpion card, I feel like is very significant in terms of almost an event or just something that affects you. An outside source, an outside element that affects you. I always bring it to the, you know, sitting at the dinner table and everything seems fine. And you ask this person, could you pass the salt, please? The salt? You want the salt. So now you're telling me I can't cook. You know, it's like something led up to that. It's not about the salt or your cooking. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. But anyways, so it feels like that with me with the Scorpion. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. And isn't that funny? On the split, you had the camel. So it is something that can just kind of produce this, rah, you can't handle it anymore. But it's almost like your outlet becomes, it's exactly where it was meant to go. This is really good. Taking all of this, it almost sits behind you. It almost feels overwhelming to me, like looking at it. This energy feels overwhelming. Like it's just too much, and it's almost pulsating with all of this repeat pattern going on. Like, and even that sound, what does that remind me of? If you hear that, I don't know, it's reminding me of like being in the house and hearing some sort of motor outside that is just continuously running, but it just doesn't sound good. Like, it just gets on your nerves after a while. That's almost what it feels like this energy is starting to get on your nerves. I don't know if it's a cycle that you're in. It's like, I just need to break out of this. And I almost feel like you're going to, but if it is sort of that coming out in an unexpected way and saying, oh, really? Now's the truth. You don't think I cook like your mother? Whatever, like I just wanted the salt. That's all I wanted. But then it almost creates the release. It creates the release, and it allows everything to, all this creative energy, this cycle that you almost feel looming over you, for you to utilize it in a way that just feels so comfortable. It feels so natural. It gives you deep insight. It makes you, it allows your creativity to flow in a way that you wouldn't have imagined before. It allows your creativity to flow in ways that other people wouldn't have imagined it to flow before. A spirit working right there. These moments, that's spirit working. The rest of it, that's us dealing with it. That's so interesting. This is fun. I love this. Okay. Let's go to the tarot. What is that song? I split this and got the Star and the Eight of Cups. And as soon as I saw them, what is that song? Where do broken hearts go? It's weird. I can't quite get it in. I don't know. I'm going to sit on that a bit and see what that is. Really, lately, it's funny, like songs have been coming into my head a lot. Not every reading, but gosh, an awful lot. It's an old song, like an 80s song, I think. Well, that's pretty much most of what bounces in my head. 70s and 80s. A few of the 90s. Right then. Look at this, see? Why am I looking at that reversed? That's interesting. I don't like the Ten of Wands reversed. Because the Ten of Wands, but it is, I don't know, I picked it up and I started reading it like that. So, you know, I don't generally read reversals, but this one felt really clear about doing that. The Ten of Wands, when it's in the upright, you know, it's a heavy burden. Carrying a heavy burden, but you're at the end of it. It feels like when it comes out reversed like this, that you're not quite at the end of it. And you're coming up with a new way to get through it with the Son of Wands. And perhaps that's how this all shows through. Sometimes we just need an outlet. You know, because the Scorpion card, to me, represents there's a lot of other things going on in the person's life that are frustrating, perhaps demeaning or controlling, or that build up, that have nothing to do with sitting at the table and someone wanting salt. It's all of those other things. So sometimes it's almost just having an outlet, like maybe where you work, you feel, I don't know why I say that a lot about work. Or maybe like even, I don't know, but maybe your family. I don't know why I keep saying that. Maybe that means something to people, but it doesn't have to be. I don't know. I'm literally sitting there like, why do I always say that? But I mean, it could be other, it could be friends, it could be anything, anything. Where this buildup occurs, but it's, maybe I want to say work because it's not necessarily something that you can just, I'm just going to leave and I'm not going to have this issue in my life anymore, so I won't explode when somebody wants to add salt to the dinner that I spent hours working on. This is almost just like having the outlet. Or so if it does happen in that way, I'd be curious if that ever happened to anyone. Cindy, it actually did happen to me at my dinner table. I was so tired of them not thinking that I seasoned the food. This is, it's almost like the explosive release so that you can continue to deal with something that you still have to prolong with. I just feel like with this 10 of Wands in that reverse, that it continues to show up as a burden. There's something here you got to carry. It continues to show up as a burden. But here, the Son of Wands is giving you the strength to get through it. It feels an awful lot connected to the Scorpion. And isn't it funny? Those are the two cards that are fire. And there you are, finding your way to get through it. Excuse me. Earthworm, Scorpion, and Crow are your underlying. Like the Earthworm is almost just knotted up to the point where can't handle it anymore. So if you're cross-watcher, just be careful. If Sagittarius has a bit of an outburst or something happens to them, and it could be an angry outburst, it's emotional. So however that can occur. It could almost be a period of really weird giddiness. What the hell is going on with you? I don't know, I can't stop laughing. It's just like, just somehow, just this emotion is pushed out in a really odd way. And it might even be in an inappropriate situation, but it's appropriate for you to release something. Earthworm. The 10 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, look at that. There's that resonance again. Why is that? That's really occurring here with these cards. Like, woo. It's almost like a humming in the background that doesn't go away. Something playing in your mind that doesn't go away. The Scorpion. The 6 of Swords is get you moving. I'm telling you. It gets you moving in the right direction. And the Crow. Oh, get out of freaking town. It's the 5 of Swords. But look, they're both worms. Look at how you cut that up. It's almost like, don't cut yourself. But it's almost as if, like, let's call it the situation. You cut it. You cut the situation. But it really, it literally releases what was binding you up. I can't make that shit up. That's so crazy, that synchronicity. Wow. There's the release. There's the release. Not tied up anymore. Not knotted up in yourself. Not knotted up in yourself. No longer knotted up in yourself. Oh, hello. What are you doing down there? We have the devil. The devil at the bottom. Well, that's curious. But it feels like you're releasing this. That just seems so too easy to say, though. That just seems so predictable. With what I've read here, it's like, you're releasing that. No. We got to look into that. That's curious. But boy, yeah, something's going to happen here. Something going to happen, Sagittarius. And it's gonna relieve the tension, the pressure. It is like that valve that needs to, the steam needs to come up. Maybe that's what it is. It's almost like the steam is building up in a pot. A pressure cooker. Oh. But you know, if we don't have releases, if we don't have outlets to allow ourselves to release, especially when we're bound in a world of, you know, like responsibility and contracts and commitments and bills and all those things, like we can find ourselves tied up, feeling sort of tied up in that energy. This is the sweetest part of you. This is very, okay, so this feels like, this here, this Scorpion would be out of character for you. And I feel like your natural sense, at least, perhaps how people see you, is like really sweet and pure and innocent and kind and gentle. It doesn't mean that you don't have other aspects of yourself, but I feel like when you're dealing with people, you always seem to be very... Sagittarius is really kind. I'll go ask them. Or innocent too. Innocent is truthful and honest. And maybe that's what this is. Truthful and honest. Because something is building up. Maybe this... So it's almost like there's something going on that isn't natural for you. And it's really difficult to deal with. And maybe it has something to do with truthfulness, because we have the devil down here. And it's tying you up. It's like a pressure cooker. And with these two cards, I keep getting, it just feels like that humming in the background, driving you nuts. It pushes you to a point. And it almost feels like it's just, you're the one experiencing it. So it could be something like tinnitus, like a ringing in your own ears. Maybe just for some of you, maybe it actually is that. But it has that, we're like, no one else can hear this. No one else knows this is going on. But it is for you. It's really expressive. Yeah, you noticed on my my videos, I have like a posed picture for the thumbnail. I just got so tired of trying to go through images in the videos to pick, because every goddamn choice that YouTube would give me, I would look like this. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing that. I just got so tired of it. Half the time I looked like I was deranged. I thought I'm really tired. Looking deranged. Sagittarius, this 10 of Wands, you can't drop it. The ringing can't go away. Oh my God, what the hell? What is this? So much to talk about. You're killing me, you're killing me. The Queen of Swords, the Moon card, the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles. Now I know the Eight of Cups came in before that, and then the King of Swords. Wow, there's an awful lot standing between. If it's not two bosom buddy energies, it's I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna call them bosom buddies. Bosom buddy energies. I'm getting tired of this divine counterpart or counterpart energy. It's your bosom buddy. The King and Queen of Swords sitting here. Could be the feminine and masculine within you too. This is like trying to manifest through a difficult period, and it's very slow going, and it's disconnecting you from your emotions. So I have a piece of wax floating around in my mouth, orthodontic wax. Yeah. Or maybe that's why it feels like it can't be dropped. It's that makes sense. So if it's disconnecting you from your emotions, it's almost as if some sort of a reflex has come in here, like a survival technique in a situation to disconnect from your emotions on some level. I mean, look at the King and Queen of Swords is not really emotional. It's about being very clear of mind here, being very technical, clinical, accurate, a disconnect from emotions. It's almost like you have to keep doing this over and over again with the 10 of Wands in reverse. But that's what there needs to be. You need to have an emotional outlet. It's building up behind you, around you, in you, of you. It's going to be cut. This could be some sort of spiritual practice, like going in your shower and screaming. just like getting it out. Going outside, depending on where you live, you can't, especially as an adult. If an adult goes outside and just screams, people are going to call 911 and come running. Well, hopefully, if you're in a decent community, they would. They wouldn't just videotape it and be assholes. Anyways, the Son of Wands. The Son of Wands, the Strength card. Where'd it go? Oh, the Strength card. Your strength is your passion. Son of Wands is like the Knight of Wands. So you're holding yourself back in a way that feels very unnatural. And it almost feels like you've been doing it so long that you're starting to behave unlike yourself. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. You're starting to behave unlike yourself. You know, even, I don't want to say that you're not sweet and kind and innocent and gentle. It's not how I would usually first describe any fire sign. And maybe that's how people are perceiving you, but you're saying, no, I'm not. I'm like really intense. I have an intensity about me. I have a passionate drive. I have a lot of feelings and emotions, but yeah. No, let's look at the Lamb. Let's look at the Lamb right head on here. The Lamb. The Judgment. You're just sitting waiting for the new beginning. Innocently, gently, waiting, patiently, holding back your truth. The Earthworm and the Ten of Pentacles. You know, okay, I'm going to talk about work again. Or maybe it's the expectations your family has of you with the Ten of Pentacles. It's either work or the expectations that your family or like a really important community of some sort has of you. And then see, that's what's sitting inside here. It's almost like there's a part that's not being expressed in that. All that color, that rainbow. The Earthworm and the Ten of Pentacles. Temperance. See, there you are. There's your lesson in life. Temperance. Wow. This feels... I'm kind of like squirming in my seat. It's just getting to the point where it feels like holding a part of you back for such a period of time. It's almost starting to become very unnatural, and you're starting to show up in an unnatural way. I don't know if every aspect of your life you're showing up unnaturally, but at least in one, you're really trying to melt these parts of you together and simmer them. But it is almost as like it's not, it doesn't feel like something that you can simmer or saute. Because I'm just thinking of saute, I'm imagining like the onions in the butter and the translucence. They become like this translucent. Physical change occurs. There's a physical change, but the steam comes off of that. It's all building up in this pressure cooker. And I'm getting hungry. Scorpion and the Six of Swords. What is this? This gets you moving. Oh, look at the rainbow. It's almost like the rainbow is over the horizon. So this, I love this card. This is explosive. This is where everything finally goes poof. And you have movement, you have direction. The Scorpion and the Six of Swords. What the hell? Why is the Hermit laying on the table? He didn't come up with the rest of the deck. As I was pulling up for the Scorpion. See, it's self-contained. A lot of self-contained. Oh, man, are you going to be... You might be able to saute this in the pressure cooker. I don't know. You might. You might be able to saute this in the pressure cooker. You have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. There's the defensive energy. Maybe you're showing up as kind of defensive. You're definitely showing up in a way that's different. You're moving towards truth here. I feel like that's going to feel so good. You're moving towards some kind of truth. And why I said that you just might be able to do this. I mean, if anyone could, it's making me as an Aries Gemini feel really uncomfortable being so contained like this. But Temperance is your card. If anyone could saute this in a pressure cooker, it just might be you. because I see this Hermit. Like this Hermit came out, it didn't come out with the rest of the deck. It's not working on the same parameters as everything I got going on in the table here. It's doing its own thing, which is very Hermit. But it's got the light. It has its own light. This archetypal energy for you has its own light. You have your own light. And right, the Scorpion has its own light that it's igniting here. By seeing that, it makes me feel like you could saute this in the pressure cooker. So you could somehow allow this physical transformation to occur and not blow the top off. Somehow you blow the top off in a way, I don't know, maybe you jog around the block for 2 hours. Like there's some sort of outlet here for you. And it's feeling less and less with this clarifiers like inappropriate or explosive or what the hell's going on with Sagittarius. It's a deeper part of your soul here that you're holding back. It feels protective. You're protecting something. The Crow and the Five of Swords. I like that. That worm is all cut up, man. No more of that. Oh no, I almost turned the Ten of Wands into the reverse. No, Cindy, it wasn't. It was the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Look. Finally cutting it out, seeing your way through this. There is an end here. There is, and it's good at the end. It's celebration. It's cutting up this knotted feeling of showing up in some way that's not quite you. I just want to look at the Devil. This Devil. Oh, wow, it's killing you. The Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Oh man, what a bastard. That's horrible. That's just like, it's like your feelings, your emotions are just, like, there's so much disappointment. You feel so defeated. What the hell? It feels so defeating. Okay, because the bridge, I'm really being called to the bridge here in this card. There's something here about a painful ending, but it can be this painful ending. Whatever's going on for you, it doesn't have to end up being painful. That's what I'm really getting. It doesn't have to end up being really painful. This bridge with the Five of Cups, I mean, it's always pretty much there. But I'm really being drawn to it now because, and the truth of this card as well, it is an indication that when you walk away from things, spilt milk, it's usually a lot more than spilt milk. That seems like a really antagonizing way to describe people's emotional disappointment. But it's trying to talk about there's water here between you and the other side. And there is a bridge to get there. Now, it's interesting because Temperance is about, really to me, it's like fire and water, bringing these together. Utilizing them to alchemize. Oh my gosh. And what do you get with that? You get steam. So the Devil is making you think or feel like there has to be a painful ending here, that something has to be painful, but it doesn't. If you can look up and beyond what it is that feels like it's controlling you or has you kind of knotted up, you can cross this bridge of troubled water and get to the other side. It's a mindset. And see, it's coming around. I feel like even without me telling you that, giving you this reading, you would get there on your own. It just almost gives you that, Yeah, you can do it. I think you would anyways. I really feel like the pressure cooker, the steam. You're going to succeed here. Wow. As I pushed this away, the sun got left behind off the deck. So you're going to succeed. Oh, what's at the bottom? Oh, yeah, you are. The King of Wands, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant. You are going to be in power. Wow. That's the major arcana. All of it but the King of Wands. It's big. It's as if there is a really big, significant cycle change for you. A shift in your fortune, a shift in how you may feel controlled, how control shows up in your life, and being able to face it head on and determine, like, it feels like there's something meant for you and it's just being held back somehow and it's holding you back. Yeah, that's what I would describe. This was an interesting, I almost felt like kind of knotted up in this energy, in this reading. So there you go. There you go, Sagittarius. That's great. Now you guys got me all in. I'm like, I don't know what I feel like that worm right now. All right. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.